the year kind of he can get back a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say again, those guys, they read. You know, they're not stupid to what people say about them, and I know he's hungry. I know he's hungry. Being a kid from Fayetteville, having the pride he does have in the Razorbacks, you know, I think he's really hungry to have a good year.
Coach Carroll said that he thinks the offensive line has used that criticism the most to kind of get positives out of the unit, and says they're one of the closest units he's seen while here at Arkansas. And do you feel like your offensive line's playing with a chip on their shoulder going into the season?
I would say so. I think their parents tell them what people say. Again, I don't read anything, good or bad, because it's poison, good or bad. But I love you guys though. But I know they do. I know they do, and they are hungry. And I know I've challenged them about, man, this is the Arkansas line before any of us were here. Has always been just a legendary O-lines that are fast, that are physical, that play hard, that puts guys in the league, and we need to get back to that standard. And they understand that with the running backs we have, with what we need to do on offense, that we can really take over some games if we're working together, if we're working how we need to. So they take a lot of pride in it, and as well as do I. And I know they want to change the narrative of Arkansas line this year.
Drew Vest show you much this spring as far as coming in?
Yeah, Drew came in. Drew got hurt a little bit in spring. But he was a great addition for us, for sure. He was a great addition for us.
You mentioned last year you only had the 9. How many bodies are we talking about now? And of that second level, how close are some of those guys to being ready to really help him?
Yeah, so I would put, obviously, I never count on freshman offensive linemen. So there's 4 true freshman offensive linemen. Again, they're hungry, but I'm very, my expectations are low because I remember when I was a freshman offensive lineman and what that entails. So going into the 2 deep, you got guys, like Kirby. Kirby started games and played games last year. Obviously, depending on what Luke Jones does, eligibility, if he can get that waiver, he'll be in that spot. Silas, he's got to have a really good fall camp to keep that second center spot, and looking forward to, he's had a really good summer of what he can do in that position. Obviously Noah's with the 2 deep at right tackle, but he's right there pushing Dalton. So that's almost like 1 and 1A. And then you got obviously Colton and Myron. But Caps also knows that Myron did a really good job at left guard last year during spring. So Cap sees that as well. So I've got guys that have played before, but I don't have guys that have a ton of SEC experience. But they're all hungry. And I'm really excited about my 2 deep. And I'm expecting a freshman to kind of, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm expecting a freshman to have a good fall camp.
Drew earlier was saying that Ty, Clary, and Wagner kind of police the offensive line a little bit as far as like workouts and stuff. Are you seeing that?
Yeah. It's those 2 guys, but I would put it, I really do think as a group, Dalton, Colton, Ty, they do a great job pushing guys. Hey, Saturday, let's get up here and work some handwork. Hey, we just finished this run. Let's get our stretch in. Let's go watch film and study Portland State. So it's not just the one guy, not just the one unit. It is a very good, a very well-led team, a well-led unit, but it's multiple guys. Definitely Ty, definitely Dalton, but I'd have to throw Colton in there as well. I think Shane does a good job. They all have their aspects of leadership that they do really well, and they don't really try to, we want them out of their comfort zone a little bit, but they do a really good job of playing off each other with their leadership.
How important is Ty at that center role, in that position right there?
To me, he's just as important as who we're starting at quarterback. I mean, he's just as important at whatever name we throw out there, who's going to be our starter at Portland State. I mean, he's what we do on our offense. We don't have a ton of calls, but we have calls that tell a lot of people what to do. And he's got to make the points. He's got to see things. He's got to see rotation. We put a lot on our centers to make sure he can get us in the right slide slide in protection. So not just being a guy that can snap and lead, he's got to be a student of the game. He's got to be another quarterback in there that, maybe he has to turn around and say, hey, we need to slide this to whatever quarterback it is because he's thinking about something else. I need him to understand that game plan, understand our protection plan, understand everything we're trying to do where he can get us in the right position if the quarterback may have missed something. We're all checks and balances, and he's vital. I'm looking at Ty, and again, we've ridden Ty pretty hard, and I've seen him grow, and I've seen his leadership qualities really start to expand. So he's in a position now where, man, it's time to roll, dude. You're a lifelong Hog fan. You're from this town. Let's go do it. And I think he can. I've told him just the way he moves and bends, he can be an elite center. All right, but he has the talent, but now it's all this. Now we gotta take, and obviously I know it's all this too. It's snapping, so I know you all were wondering that too. So
Dalton